I mean, I guess some people can just see it. Like for me, I knew why I was doing it, and I knew, because I had been in shape at some point in my life, I knew that I simply wasn't doing enough exercise, and I was simply eating too much of the bad stuff.
Right.
You know, and I think, am I right in saying, I don't know if you agree with me, but a lot of stuff in life is about moderation. And it's,
absolutely.
you know,
balance.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And I just knew that my equilibrium was way off. But I guess you've got some clients coming in, and I've seen some of them, and you know, we play the touch football, you know, virtually every week, and you know, I hang around a lot with the clients, and there's a lot of great people.
Absolutely.
But I guess some people are just in different areas in their life when it comes to their relationship with food and exercise, and others, there's somebody like me who can kind of take some responsibility straight away and understand what's going on. And I guess there's some people who's never really been informed about what they're doing wrong.
And they've never been thin. Some people come to us and they're 430 pounds. 430 pounds. I mean, you've had to seriously just ignore. Yeah, gosh, I've had 430 pounds, 460 pounds at age 22. I mean, honest to God.
So that guy, I presume it's a guy we're talking about, not a woman.
Yeah, it is a yeah.
Has never known life through, you know, any other area than being overweight and fat.
Never known life fit.
Yeah.
Never known what people, you know, constantly self-conscious, constantly, you know, absolutely.
So you're dealing with a whole different ball game, aren't you, than someone like myself, or even better, someone like an athlete who knows. This is someone who you're really having to go back to basics.
An athlete, you know, and yourself, you know, your type of people, you know where you've been. We can get you back to that point. Someone who's never done it before, we have to teach it from scratch. So it becomes more challenging that way, but it's actually sometimes easier, because it's like golf. If you get a teacher from the first day, you're going to be great.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have the perfect swing and things like that. But if your dad taught you and he taught you all these bad habits, you're going to, you know, and then you get a teacher, it's going to be much more difficult to change those habits.
Yeah.
Sometimes. So it can be both.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But we help both people, from the athlete to the morbidly obese, and everyone in between.
And what about
age 20? Sorry to interrupt you.
That's
age
right.
20, age 75.
Okay, so the oldest client you had is 75.
Maybe older.
Really?
Yeah, there might have been an 80-year-old guy. I think there's a doctor who was 80 years old.
I was down the gym, not your gym, but a while back, and there was this 84-year-old dude bench pressing. You don't get that in the UK. It's definitely a Californian thing. Like this guy was old. Admittedly, he was bench pressing about 40 pounds, but at 85.
I mean, I used to know a guy,
84.
we used to call him a Big Mike. He would warm up and do all this different stuff like this.
Yeah.
This guy could do 225 for reps at like 78 years old.
How many reps?
I don't know, but he could rep out 225 for a couple times, which is phenomenal.
Well, I can't do 225.
Which, therefore, shows you how good that is.
A little bit not happy about that, really.
You're
How
happy
old was
about
he?
I think 78, 80 years old, yeah. So an 80-year-old
Was he short?
lifting you.
Was he short?
No, he was probably 5'11", yeah.
You know, the one thing that I was really impressed with at your
what's
place was the kind of science element. You know, because there's a lot of people, especially in California, that talk the talk when it comes to fitness and exercise and well-being. But I love the fact that you could actually back up what you were saying with real scientific evidence and proof.
And everything's scientific out there, but people they just don't use science to their advantage when it comes to fitness. I mean, simply enough, in theory, 3,500 calories burns a pound, right?
Yeah.
Okay? So therefore, if you're monitoring through the Polaroid watches that we have and we give, that we can monitor how many calories you're burning, okay, every single day during exercise, okay? We know how much food we're eating you, how many food we're giving you, because we're scientifically calculating those calories to the exact gram of protein, gram of carbohydrates, and gram of fat.
Yeah.
Simply enough. So we grab all the data of how much you're eating, how much calories you're burning. It should tell us how many pounds you should lose per week.
Yeah.
And if you lose less, then obviously what?
If you lose less.
Yeah, if you lose less than You know, just if you burn enough calories to in theory lose 7 pounds. If you lose 5, then what?
Then you put on some muscle.
Maybe you either put on the muscle, but that's why we have the hydrostatic body fat testing tank.
Which I was just coming on to, but you ruined that.
I ruined it. I jumped I jumped the gun up.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. But the hydrostatic body fat testing tank is an amazing piece of it's an amazing device because I mean well, we can see how much lean mass you're getting.
It might be amazing for you, but the first time you put me in, for people watching this, it's a huge big tank. It's like a bath, isn't it?
Yeah. Jacuzzi almost, yeah.
And you're going underwater, and you're being measured underwater.
Yes.
And I guess the objective there is, or the aim of that is that underwater it can gauge a difference between fat and muscle.
According to the Archimedes principle, it can displace how much is fat and how much is muscle.
Yeah. So when you're weighing someone just in the normal out of water environment,
yes.
Yeah. You what does that weight mean?
Weight it means nothing.
Yeah. It's just
it can
that's
be
your
water
total
weight.
Your total weight.
Yeah. I mean, if you go on some crazy diet, you're going to lose weight. But have you lost muscle? Have you lost fat?
Mm.
I mean, go on a cabbage soup diet. You know, go in the dunk tank and go in a dunk tank 2 weeks later, and guess what? You're not going to be happy with the results. With our results, we get true body fat results.